Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. How is everyone today? I hope you all are doing great. Yes, we are moving on to our next. We are moving on to our next live. And today's live, this afternoon's live, is actually talking about direct sales. The other training, if you were part of the other training this morning, you know I was talking about getting to this training, and this training it basically ties into everything else. It ties into all the things that we've been doing for the past couple of days, but it also ties into being encouraged in emergency preparedness, especially when you don't have any money, because a direct sales consultant does a lot. A direct sales consultant builds a team. A direct sales consultant sells products. Sometimes those products are uh, they differentiate in, and I'll just share. You have beauty products, okay, with Avon. You have all types of beauty products. This isn't a new line. And then you have a common Avon product, which is the Footworks. Okay, you have those things. Now that's beauty. This is also beauty. This is one of my favorite fragrances. But this is where Rare Amethyst. It's a fragrance from Avon. Now I'm not selling. I'm not trying to sell, and I'm giving Facebook time to let people know we're here. But what I'm doing is basically saying to you, as a direct sales consultant, you have these many options. And when you have these options, Avon has more than just beauty. Avon has more than just makeup or bath and body. Avon has clothing. Avon has shoes. Avon has accessories. Avon has everything. Pretty much that you need in your household. Not saying that Avon should be your only thing. There are people that are in uppercase living, Pampered Chef, Tupperware. There are people that do Jamboree nails. Can I share Jamboree nails? I like the color gold, and this is my color. This is my color, okay? And this is a Jamboree. Can you see that? And it's good for me because as a dark skinned African American woman, this is not really orange and bright, and it doesn't cause great attention to my nails. It gives me some color, it gives me the gold that I like, and I'm good with that. I said that, I shared that in direct sales with you to say, when you are a direct sales consultant, at the beginning of the year, you may find yourself saying, I want to increase my group or my team. I want to increase as a leader. I want to elevate as a leader. You might say, I just want to make some more money. How can I increase in my sales? But when you're looking at direct sales, you have to look at it at quarterly. I said quarterly. And with Avon, we go kind of month to month sales, or even campaign to campaign sales. But I try to look at it quarterly so that I have everything in a row. And that's with all of my businesses. I'm also a representative for send out cards. So when I look at my sales, I look at the quarter. It's perfect that this topic, the direct sales, my new year direct sales, comes out now, because our first quarter of the year ends at the end of this month. And when you look at your numbers and everything that you do, you want them to be at a certain place. There are some of us where our numbers may not be in a certain place. They may not be where they need to be. And that's totally understandable. That's totally understandable, and it happens. But that means that when you look at your first quarter's sales, you have to say, if this is not where I want it to be, then where do I want it in the next quarter? So that's really what we're going to talk about. That's really what we're going to talk about today in this direct sales, because it's vital and it's important. So I'm just going to wait for a couple more people to jump on. I know this is what I do. I kind of get it. I jump on with you guys, and what happens, right? We take the good with the bad, right? But that is one of the things I only have maybe 4 points to get to in the direct sales. Some people may not join us because direct sales may not be for them. So I'm just going to give it a couple more. Oh no, we're at the 2:15 mark. We're going to get started. No matter where you are in your direct sales business or what you want to do, what is the goal? The goal is to elevate. So you could just be starting out in any direct sales company that you're in. I would hope that it's not multi-level marketing, because that's a different plateau. But with direct sales, you start off, you're just joining, and hello, viewer, welcome. You're just joining, you got your kid, or you have your paperwork or whatever you're doing with your business. You have your website set up. What do? You know that elevation is necessary. So what is elevation? What exactly is that, and how does that help you? And what is that really just building a team? Some people think elevation is I build a team, then I increase in rank. That's not exactly it. That it's not totally it. What it is in elevation is I'm increasing in sales. If you're just joining, or you've been in it for maybe six to 8 months and you haven't gotten any sales, your elevation is to increase in sales. You want to go from 0 to 100. You want to go from 100 to 1,000. And I'm not giving you those parameters as if they can't be reached, because in Avon, in send out cards, in any of those businesses, those goals can be reached. You can go from 100 to 1,000. It all depends on how much work you're putting in. Those of you that have companies, that direct sales businesses where you have to have a party, a home party, yes, you can increase your numbers substantially by having a home party. But what if you don't have the time to have the home party? I always tell people that if elevation is your concern, you have to look at what other options you have with your business, and if that's feasible in the business that you have. Also, make sure, and this is a point I want to kind of ride home ahead of time, is make sure that you're participating in the trainings that your company is offering. If your company has conference calls, if your company has leadership calls, if your company has leadership trainings or webinars, participate in those things. At least follow up with the archive. Go in your back office and look at the archives and see what they've been training about. Because if something changes and you're not in the loop, you could be promoting something that is totally outdated. So you want to stay on the front end. First quarter goals in every year is tough. And I say this because first quarter could go good or bad for me, whether it's direct sales or my own business in coaching, professional organization, any of the teaching classes, books even. What happens is that whatever people wanted to buy in November and December that they decided not to buy because it was Christmas time, they're going to start buying in the first part of the year. They're going to start investing in the first part of the year. Some people are getting their taxes in the beginning of February through the middle of March. They're getting that early tax refund. So now they're ready to invest. But in that investing, you've got those people that are taking that lump sum of money. They're investing in classes, and then they may dwindle off because even though they're investing in the classes and the books and the trainings and the businesses that they wanted to invest in, they're not putting in the work to keep money coming in, or to start it to come in. They're not getting a return on their investment. So what happens is that in the first quarter, you have to realize that sales are important, team growth is important, and staying on point is necessary. What is staying on point? Well, with Avon, every couple of weeks, we have our campaigns in. So when our campaigns in, we have to make sure we have our numbers. Sometimes we have numbers as our personal numbers. And for me, if I can get the minimal amount, I'm good with that. But then last year when I had initially started, I didn't want the minimal amount. I wanted the top amount. I wanted the $100 every campaign. And I made sure if I had to make my own purchases that I got that $100 amount. Some of you may not be able to do that. Some of you may not be able to invest in that. But because I was able to start off that way, I was able to stay within the Avon family for a year, and I was able to celebrate that. That was such a monumental moment for me that I celebrated. But nonetheless, when you look at your direct sales company and you look at those monumental moments that you want to participate in, you have to say that I can't do the minimal amount. Let me use send out cards as an example. I don't want anyone to just come in as a pay-as-you-go customer. I would like them to come in as a monthly customer, a customer that it's automatic. They pay $31 a month. They use as many cards. They send out as many cards, gifts, or whatever. With their there. I don't want to say it's a fee, but nonetheless, we have to talk about that another time. Either way, I don't want to start off on the bottom. I want to start off on the top. I have to go back and say, when I started with $10 cards, I started as a customer, enjoyed it for years. Then I went on to the low level distributor, which is the $50 level, and then I went on to the marketing distributor, which now they've deleted that title, and it's called something else now, but it's still, I'm still in that bracket. So when I look at me and the things that I have done in my direct sales business, I have to say, what have I done every year? So every year around this time, again, I look at what my quarter goals are, and I look at whatever I did last year. And if I am at or below, I need to step my game up for that next quarter. So, and that's what I mean by staying on point. So your sales are important. Your team growth is important. And staying on point is important. Team growth. I did grow my Avon team by 2 members. 1 member fell off. I haven't grown my send out cards team as of yet, but people are still grasping on to why send out cards is so good. If you know somebody's birthday is coming up and you don't have time to just go and stand in front of Walgreens store and look, although I love Walgreens, let me tell you, Walgreens and Walmart, that's a whole nother conversation. But you don't have time to stand in front of the card shop and look for what you need. You would rather find something that is 75% what you want. And what do you do next? You put your own spiel on the inside. Nonetheless, that send out cards, we won't talk about that. but there you are with the sales goals. You're putting more in, and that is why the team hasn't grown much. So what are your options? What are your options? So number 1, look at how much work needs to go into those direct sales businesses, the businesses that you're in, to increase the sales. Some of you you're good with the sales that you're getting. You may be working part-time, or right now you can't get any more, but you do not want to get any less. So how much work have you been putting in to be right here in the middle, in the median, or how much more work do you need to put in to get to that top level, or to increase, to elevate in any kind of way? Some of that growth, some of that work that needs to be put in means promoting more about your business. Not just your links, not just how much it is to join the group, not just how much weight you can lose, or not just how much, what the products are and how quality products are, not those things. What it is the experience you're having in the business. I just shared with you that I haven't grown my team on send out cards, and here's why. And it's funny because as women, we buy cards all the time. We buy cards from the sky balls. We buy cards when someone is divorced. We buy cards when someone is engaged. We buy cards when baby is born. We buy a card when someone dies. We buy cards for everything. We buy cards for Boss's Day, Secretary's Day. We buy cards. We buy fruit baskets. We give gifts. We give brownies for somebody who has had a breakup. We do all of those things. As business women, we send cards to thank people for being a sponsor, thank people for attending your event. You do all of those things. So it's hard. It's funny to me that I haven't built my team on send out cards when, as women, this is what we do. Nonetheless, what work do I need to put in order to get in front of the faces of women who do this? I have sent free cards. I have sent cards with people with their businesses on the inside of them saying, hey, this is how you can market and promote your business, even as a customer. But nonetheless, that you have to look at what work needs to go in order to increase. What does your team trainings look like? What does your direct sales business training look like? Does it look more like get the money, build a team, learn the product? To ask yourself, what are you doing? Glazewear. This is my favorite lip gloss. I have one other lip gloss that I like in one other color by some other brand, but it's only that one. It's only that color. Glazewear in all the colors that I like from Avon, that's me all day. Okay, I'm gonna wear. If you see me with lip gloss, I'm wearing this Glazewear, not just this color, but I'm wearing Glazewear. So I'm a product of the product. Excuse me. Because I like natural products on my face, I don't use a nude. but I know a lot of people who do, and I know that it's a reputable product. Let me answer this right now. There's a company, there's a part of Avon. Avon does not do the animal testing or whatnot. There's a whole article on that. If you want the article, ask me for it. I'll send it. Nonetheless, I had to get that out because I know people are saying, well, Avon does this and Avon does that, and you're missing the whole point of the training. The training is about the direct sales and how to do the direct sales. And I personally am a product of a product. I'm also a distributor for Young Living. I'm a product of the product. Why? Frankincense. Yes. I use this all the time. What do I use it for? Sometimes I use it in a diffuser. Sometimes I just open it up and sit it there and let it just flow. Nonetheless, there's other, I use the toothpaste for Young Living. I use the deodorant floss. I use the other, I use lavender for my, for other things in my house. It's not just aromatherapy, but for legal purposes, I can't really say all of the things that I use it for. You would have to get it and use it for whatever you can use it for. Now that I've said that, I'm a product of the product. So you have to look at what does your team trainings actually look like. If it looks like you're selling the product, that's a good thing because you're giving somebody something tangible they can put in their hands, something tangible that they can use, something tangible that they can create. If I can use another example with my Young Living as well as my brand color, bath salts. Bath salts with some lavender in the bathroom, in a foot bath. As a distributor, hey, I can make those things and I can sell them. I let people know that the Young Living essential oils might be on the in the inside of them. Nonetheless, what I'm saying to you is there's if it's product, as with Avon, if it's product that you're selling, if it's product that you're pushing, what does your team train? What does your trainings look like? Because as you become a product of the product and you sell the product, you experience the product, and you talk up the product, you bring in the customers, and then you grow your team. So you see how widespread things are for you when you look at everything that is necessary to do. You look at the work that needs to be done. In order to elevate, you have to put the work in. So you're looking at your team trainings. We're still under number one, looking at how much work needs to go in. So that was team trainings. And then are you reinventing the wheel, or are you willing to work the wheel that is already there? What I mean by wheel is going back to trainings. There in most back offices or direct sales companies, they have a process that helps you to grow, do your business, increase in sales, increase in team members. Are you working that process? Or are you recreating the process to fit you? Some people will say, don't reinvent the wheel, do what works and run with that. But if you're like me and there's some parts that may not work, you have to look at who you are. Like, for instance, I can't go to after hour pubs. I won't do that just to hand out my card or, let's take a selfie so that we can get it on the send out card. Let's go in the grocery store, in the parking lot, at the doctor's office. Those are the kind of things that I can do. One thing that I think is really common in direct sales is they always say to you, reach out to your warm market. Well, your warm market are family, friends, doctors, your doctor, your dentist, your mailman, those kinds of things. Well, in the community that I come from, the mailman is trying to drop the mail off and leave. He's not trying to have a conversation with you, okay? The doctor, some of these doctors you want to kill, let alone be in business with them. The dentist, it's funny, people don't want to go to the dentist. They don't like talking to the dentist, so they don't want to share. I'm not saying make an excuse, well, this is why you're not growing your business. What I'm saying is that if you can't go to the dentist, then talk to a realtor. If the realtor doesn't work, a DJ. If the DJ doesn't work, you do know somebody that owns the bar. You might not have to go to the bar. Ask them to meet you for coffee. There's ways around it as a Christian to do the things that you need to do. And I know people say, well, the wealth of the wicked is raised up for the just. Yes, it's raised up for the just. The just don't go running after the wealth comes to them. So if someone wants to learn about a way to expand their business, to thank their clients, to increase their customer base, and they want to send out cards, or they want to have a supplemental income, so they join the other direct sales companies that I'm in, they will meet you if that's what they want to do. So that might be a way of reinventing the wheel. Otherwise, you have the trainings, the phone calls, the conference calls, or whatnot that you should be participating in either every week or every month that helps you to realize what you need to do in growing your business. So that was number one, looking at the work that needs to go into increasing. Number two, pay attention to what you need in order to elevate. Can we go back to the warm market and ask ourselves, is the warm market a real goal? If your family and friends are not supporting you in anything that you're doing, why are you reaching out to them? I did that when I started selling candles so many years ago. We're looking at almost 20 years ago. I started selling candles, and I'm reaching out to my warm market. Well, yeah, if I get one sale from them, I'm not going to get a continuous sale. Why? Some people will only buy the candles from Dollar Tree, Walmart, Target, whatever. They will only buy from those places because, you know what, they're cheaper. But you get exactly what you pay for. So when that cheap runs out, you're running back. But when you have a better quality brand, even though you might have paid a little more, before you even light the candle, it's smelling up the whole house. It's smelling up the linen closet. It's smelling in your bedroom. It's all over the place. But how people choose to spend their money, you have to take into consideration. So I said that to say your warm market is spending money the way they want to. They may choose not to ever support you, but that one time. So because they supported you that one time, you're looking at how good is that warm market? How much of a goal is that? And if that's not a goal, you know what? Eliminate the warm market and do as I suggested. Okay, you don't like the dentist, but maybe you know somebody who's a realtor, you know the person who owns the bar, hey, you know the person who owns the coffee shop. That's your warm market. So pay attention to what you need in order to elevate. So now you're putting the work in. Now you're looking at what you need. So you don't need those people that's in the warm market. You need a new set of warm market. So you're making a note of that. That's number two. Number three, make a goal for each month that helps you see how far to push yourself for the next month. So we talked about $100, $1,000, well, so on and so forth, right? If you in the first quarter want to make $100 more than you did last year, this quarter, what do you have to do that? And if you can already see that you're going to meet and beat that goal, then before the end of the quarter ends, add another goal on. Well, let me try to make $200 more before the quarter ends. And then if you make that $300, what you'll say for the next quarter is, darn it, let me reach for $600. You're already past that $100. You're a little over the halfway mark to the $1,000, and all you have to do is push yourself to do it. All you have to do actually is accomplish that first goal in order to know that you can accomplish the next goal. So as you continue to press, you're accomplishing the goals that are necessary. You're accomplishing the goals. You're obtaining the money. You're elevating. The main goal, as we said, is that elevation is necessary. So now you're putting forth you're looking at the trainings. You're putting forth the work. You're looking at your warm market. You're making some adjustments to the warm market, and then you're looking at what goal you need to make for each month in order to press yourself the next month. Number 4, in the last part of this direct sales is repeat the process. It's just that simple. Go back, look at how much work needs to be done, pay attention to what you need to do, eliminate the warm market as we know it, and make a new warm market. Number 3, make a goal for each month so that the next month you can press towards more of a goal and accomplishing another goal before the quarter ends or within the next quarter. I said number 4 for repeat the process, not because I ran out of ideas, but because as a coach, as a business and lifestyle coach, and as someone who goes through these same things on a day to day basis, all it is repeating what you know. And if you go through those first 3 processes, there is no number 4. Make that money, spend that money, invest that money, get the return on the investment. If number 4 has to be something, get the return on the investment. Basically, repeat the process. And it's necessary for all of you to know that right now because excuse me, some of you are in direct sales companies where you've already met and you have beat your goal for this first quarter. And now it's like, where do I go next? You can only go higher. You can only go higher. So I want to encourage you right now to go over to baddanaMarie.com and click on Bad Queens of the Roundtable and find out what we can do for you as a network. Because the training I've given you here is basically the conversation we would have at the roundtable. Again, that's baddanaMarie.com because I am Dana Marie Williamson, the original Bad Queen of the Roundtable. Thank you so much for being a part of my new year in direct sales. God bless, and we'll see you at the next training.